now in week 43. So what does this week have in store for us? Well, 4 and 3 is 7. And 7 is the smaller number of completion. 9 is the full number because that's the last of the single numbers, and 7 is the smaller circle of completion. So this week it's great to be thinking about finishing off all the jobs you don't want to do but know you have to do. So get them out of the way. Absolutely, because you've got good things coming. This is the whole point of a number 7. You get all the practical things out of the way because you are preparing on an energetic level for better things to come in. So you need your foundations completed. 7 is also the number of the mind, of thinking. So this is a good week to practice finding time and space to be quiet, to be silent, to go in, even if it's just for a few minutes twice a day, and try and build it up. What you need to do is to try and build this into your daily life, to program it in. You know, you brush your teeth a few times a day, so why don't you just find a short period to be still, to not be afraid to see what comes up for you, to let all those stuck negative emotions release. And once they've released, you'll also find that great ideas come to you when you're quiet, chopping the veg, or just walking, or doing something practical and mundane, but silently, even ironing. You may find that some of your best thoughts come to you because you're letting go of control, and this is your subconscious coming through. So definitely make time to just be quiet and still and allow yourself to let go of your thoughts. 7 is the number of being alone, and it's when we're alone that we can really evaluate where we're going and what we want to do. It's a great week for people that work alone, that have their own businesses, or wanting to come up with ideas for starting something new. So do think about that as well. Now, the tarot card that I've picked for this week, just took the cards and picked one at random, is the 5 of coins. And on my card, it's got a woman standing there looking away, and a poor man is trying to kiss her hand and give her all these gifts, and she's not interested. And this has quite a few different angles to it. So firstly, it's a 5. 5 is about communication, but this is obviously not the best of communications going on here. It's a square peg trying to get into a round hole. So are you in a relationship that you're trying to force, to make work? Are you trying to make someone fit into what you want them to be? Because if you are, it just isn't going to happen. Is someone doing that to you? So have a look at relationships this week, and if you are trying to do that, you've really got to reassess whether the relationship is worth it or not, and if it is, you are going to have to focus on their good points and learn to work around the areas that you're not happy with. It can also represent a time of anxiety, usually about money and loss, struggle. Well, we're in a recession, so I'm sure it's affecting quite a lot of you out there. It seems to be a world recession. So let's have a look at this. And I remember my grandmother always saying, focus on things you can do something about, and if you can't, stay neutral until the time comes where you can. So don't worry about things that you can't do something about, but you'll be surprised how many things you can do to soften the situation, to make things easier for you. Work on what you can change and what you can deal with. So what are we saying? We're saying don't bury your head in the sand and become an ostrich, but at the same time, don't really make yourself ill over things you can't do anything about. And this card also is saying that you can change misfortune into fortune. You may have been sacked from a job or been made redundant, but were you happy there? Is this an opportunity to find a way of studying something you've always wanted to study, of training for a new career, or going elsewhere to find a job? If a relationship has gone aground, it can't have been right for you. Just accept that and think, okay, where do I need to go? How do I need to shift to find somebody that's right for me? And in the meantime, I'm going to just work on myself and try and have some fun. Usually this period is always followed by something positive. So what are we saying? It's like the darkness before the dawn. The dawn always comes, and so things are going to get better for you. I know you might not feel that today, but they will get better for you if you allow them to, and if you are aware of focusing, of putting your energy into what is right, what is coming to you. It might just start with a smile from someone that you walk past in the street. It could be anything, or a nice little surprise phone call. But if you put your energy into what is going right, then there'll be less room to think about things that you have no control over. So be aware, this is a week of really looking at yourself, studying, thinking about things, using your own brain, being self-reliant, and showing yourself how you can change things. So let's see if you can do that.